Hello again and welcome to my channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Prop Up & Co, and round 7 of our Sunday Championship coming to you from Watkins, Glen, just outside of New York, just southwest of the village of Watkins, Glen, in the northeast of the United States. 3.4 mile clockwise circuit known as the Glen is the venue for this round. And well, actually, we were recently here, weren't we, with the manufacturers championship, probably about the same number of weeks, just a couple of weeks ago, really. So we return with the Sunday drivers and for this 29 lap endurance race. So I'm going to take you through the points before we go into this race, and well, I'll take you through the top 10 anyway, as usual. So coming into this one, then we've got Motorstorm at the top on 188 points, closely followed by Ethan on 184 in second. So only 4 points difference between them two. Scott has got himself to third place. He's on 171. And then there's a bit of a gap back then to Nath, who's in fourth, just outside that top three on 148. Gower is in fifth on 134, with Fitzy in sixth on 122. Then we've got seventh and eighth place, Victor and Frowney, respectively, both on 110. And then in 108th points is Harry in 9th. And then in 10th is Brisbane in that Viper on 94. So really and truly, the main two at the moment is Motorstorm and Ethan. Scott's still there, obviously, with a shot. Still got several rounds to go. But just 4 points separating both Motorstorm and Ethan. Motorstorm at the top at the moment going into this one. So I'm going to take you through the grid now, and I'll get this race underway. Just conscious of the time here. So, well, there he is. Ethan is in pole position, our second guy in the championship, sitting there pretty at the front, with Smith next to him in the Ferrari in second place. So good quality there from Smith. Victor in third, Fitzy fourth, Frowney in fifth, Gower in sixth, Enzo, Jack in seventh, Nath in eighth, Unforgiven in ninth, Motorstorm down there in 10th. What happened to him? So our championship leader down there in 10th place, so some way behind Ethan, his closest rival. And then we've got Brisbane in 11th and Panic in 12th. So we will get this one underway. I'll go through the tyres as they go, and we will. Done that, nose that up, and let's start that again, shall we? Here we go. Watch those lights, and once they're out, we'll be away. See what sort of start these guys get. That's a better. We're off and running now. Ethan with a blinding start. Look at that Gower down that inside. Used to that, seeing that in that Merc, aren't we? With that lightning start off the line. He's Gower, so up to second. A few of them running a bit wide. Should get away with it on the first lap. Fitzy right out there, high on the curb, the outside there in fifth place with next to Smith, who's just dropping down a little bit from second. Just got swallowed up a bit on the inside, but he's going to sit there behind Fitzy coming up to the bus stop. Chicane for the first time. Now he's going to pull a move on Fitzy. No, he's not. It's all a bit early to make moves as Nath dives through and might take Brisbane on the outside. Now, did he take? I think he might have took Franny on the inside into the bus stop chicane, and then Brisbane on the outside, exiting it. So great driving from Nath there as they now come down, shoot towards the toe. Everyone's still there in the background, still close. As you would expect here on the first lap, as Motorstorm up the inside of Panic. With Enzo, who's just dropped back to 12th place. Storm on the hard tyres in 11th, with Enzo on hards, Panic on the hards, mediums on the mediums for Unforgiven, Frowney on the hards, Brisbane mediums for Nath, Smith on the mediums for Fitzy, mediums for Victor, Gower on the mediums, and our leader Ethan on the hard tyres. So with the exception of Ethan, everybody behind him on those medium tyres until you get to near the back, and then get the rest of the hard runners. So you know it's a minimum of 3 laps on those hard tyres, and then the rest of it is your choice. So down to turn 1 then for the second time, obviously known as the 90 because of the gradient of the bend itself there, the angle of the bend. The Gower really piling on the pressure. It's good to see Gower up here now. He's been a bit sort of just in the middle of the races of late, but he's getting himself up there into the lead going into the bus stop chicane, so he's taken that lead in that Merc for the first time. Down towards the chute. Ethan in second, Victor going with him in third. It's Fitzy, Smith, Nath, Brisbane. Forgiven, he's going to grab 7th off him because he's just had that second penalty, Brisbane. So he drops down to 9th and Motorstorm in 10th place. I think Brownie just actually got past Brisbane as well then when he took that penalty. So Brownie up to 8th position. Everyone are just kind of sizing each other up early in this race, just getting used to conditions and the track temp. Come round towards the final corner. Taking all that inside curve, one of the most difficult pit entries here at Watkins Glen. Trying to stick with those yellow lines without crossing them and without getting a penalty. Enzo struggling at the back there in 12th at the moment, some way back actually, almost a full length for that start and finish straight, so he's not having the best time at the moment, but Gower really pulling the pin at the front. He's getting away from Ethan and Victor, but Victor now attacking Ethan up at the chicane, and he's going to get that done, I think. Or does Ethan stick it out on the inside? No, he couldn't. Victor had it. He had the line. He had that racing line through there. He had to give it up, Ethan. He drops now down to 3rd place, but under all sorts of pressure from Fitzy and Smith. 4th and 5th now. So championship leader, 2nd in the championship, Ethan, I should say. Just getting Smith going out wide. Ethan just starting to feel the pressure from behind. Fitzy looking decent in that Porsche at the moment. We'll have a move up here at the hill. Here's a passing opportunity. You can get up alongside far enough before you get to the apex. He does. I think he's going to just hang him out there. He does. So good move from Fitzy. Up to 3rd he goes in that Porsche. So good move from Fitzy. Fitzy, sitting in 6th place at the moment in the championship. So still within reach. He's some way behind the leaders, but certainly in reach still of that top 3. So plenty of points still up for grabs. This is round 7, so 3 more rounds after this. So with this one included, still plenty of points there to be had. So Fitzy will be looking to see what he can do now. Ooh, a couple of them running a little bit wide. Got to be a bit careful. Will you get any penalties dished out between them 3? I think it was all okay. Normally if you get all 4 wheels off that curb, to be fair, you take half a car across there, but they're all okay. Unforgiven looking there. A bit pacey there behind Nath in 7th. I think he's just going to sit in a line going through here now. Can't really pass through there, obviously. About certain contact anyway, so down now, around the loop and down towards the chute. It's the chute now. And this downhill all the way to the big downhill section. Right at the bottom on the toe, you now come back up the other side towards the hill, as Nath has a sneaky look at Smith. Doesn't get that done, but it was a sneaky look, but didn't get it done, so remains in 6th place. Then Brisbane in 8th. Now obviously he had that second penalty, so that's just pushed him back a little bit behind that group ahead of him. Should feel at home though in that car around here, shouldn't he? On its homeland, that Viper. So we'll see how he does. Finally just dropping a little bit back as well. And these are still the guys on the hard tyres. Motorstorm just biding his time there. We know he comes strong in these races, does Motorstorm, so he's going to run these hard tyres for a little while before switching, I would imagine, to the medium compound. Panic in 11th, and Enzo really not enjoying himself out there in 12th place. Doesn't look like there's any visible damage on his car, but he's just been very unlucky with penalties. Maybe he's picked up a lot of penalties because I can't see any visible. There's maybe a little bit of damage at the front there on the front splitter, but nothing of any real severity. So maybe it was just penalties for him. Who knows? He's coming up to the chicane now, but look at Gower. Back to our leader in that AMG. We know this car, as quick as it is, and as good as it is, it does chew the tyres. He is a bit of a tyre muncher. So he's going to be quite aware of this, obviously. He's on the medium tyres. We've just coming up to the end of lap 5 and already showing some wear and tear. It's going to be more on the left side. You know, it's a clockwise circuit, so the left side's going to get hammered a little bit more than the right side for the tyres, as we see Victor just running it a bit wide now. It did look suspiciously close to the penalty line, but I think he'd be okay. As I say, I think as long as you don't go right over it with all four wheels, you're okay with pretty much 3/4 of the car across that, to be honest. Fitzy behind him, so the two Porsches second and third. He's looking okay in the background. Still got Unforgiven trying to get past Nath as we watch Ethan and Smith coming through. There's Nath in 6th and Unforgiven in 7th, so still as they were. Still just waiting for the opportunity to make a move on each other, but what this is allowing is Brisbane to just close in. These are all kind of slowing each other up, aren't they? Can't really make any moves at the minute, and this is allowing Brisbane to just, as I say, just close that gap. No, that's got some horsepower behind that Viper. It gets going, it will get going, and it won't take him long. As now Unforgiven has this is opportunity now to make a move on Nath up the inside, gets that 6th place. B Hill, and that moves him up a spot. You probably see that Brisbane was on his way, getting closer, so Unforgiven decided the time was right to make a move on him at that point. He needs to try and keep with the likes of Smith and Ethan ahead of him. It's Unforgiven. Oh, now who's that? I think someone just dived in now. That was Ethan. So yeah, Ethan's in. So he's off the hard tyres. He's coming in after lap 6, the end of lap 6, start of 7. It's Ethan, so we'll see what he comes out on. So that pushes everybody up a place. Unforgiven in 5th now with Nath. 6th, Brisbane to 7th. With Smith in 4th. So Smith with a little eye on the podium ahead of him at this point. Didn't have the best race in Tokyo last time out, did he? Very unlike Smith, but see if he comes good round here. He was up there in 2nd, wasn't he, on the grid at the start, so clearly quite likes it round here, but clearly quite quick around here as well, because to get on 2nd place on the grid is it's no mean feat in itself. Unforgiven he is pulling away. He is going with Smith. Brisbane hasn't really gained anything more on Nath back there in 7th, but keeping our eyes on Unforgiven at the moment, because that BMW looks like it's a little quicker than the Ferrari ahead of him. Whether he'll make a move before they come in, I don't know. It's going to be a bit of a battle for fuel here as well as tyres, but I'm sure which ones will go first. Probably more likely the fuel, but it's going to be a close call. These tyres really are not going to last very long on some of these cars. They're all going to struggle as they come to the end of each life, as Frowny now comes in, and Motorstorm. So here's another 2 of our hard compound drivers coming in, and we'll see what they come out on. Now, where did Ethan come out? He came out and he's come out on mediums. Oh, and he's got half a second. So Ethan in 10th place. He's now run his hard, so that's that box ticked. He can crack on now, continue with whatever compound he likes to the end. But up next for him are these medium tyres, but he has got half a second just hanging over his head at the moment. Panic in 9th, and here comes both Frowny and Motorstorm, and both of them on mediums. So as predicted, out on mediums for Motorstorm, and Frowny on the mediums as well. The Motorstorm would generally start on the mediums, do a couple of stints on them, and then run the hard at the end. But this time he's doing the reverse. Hards first, got them out of the way and got wave out of it now, like Ethan. And it's foot to the floor to the end. 8 laps in of the 29. Even though Enzo'd out in 12th place and still some way behind the rest of the field, he has been in, by the looks of it, come out on soft tyres. He's been out on them for I don't think he was on soft to start. I don't think anybody was on soft tyres, but he's come in and he's obviously changed. That might be why he was so far behind. Maybe that's what it was. I didn't look at the tyres actually, so I think he came in. So I think he did start on those hards, didn't he? So he's got them out of the way. He's obviously come in, pushed him back further behind because of that stop. He's come out on those soft tyres. He's obviously been running them for a few laps, judging by the wear there. But the result at the moment is he's got that fastest lap as it stands, a 1:44.9. So soft tyres clearly have got some pace, but they're certainly not going to last very long. That's for sure. I tell you that now. They're maybe going to get a handful of laps out of these. You don't want to run wide there, or there will be a penalty there as well. But so Enzo in 12th, but with the fastest lap, and he will potentially start catching up with these guys ahead of him. He needs to hurry up. Having said that, his fuel's quite low, so I think he's just planning on doing a certain amount of laps on these soft tyres, because he will only put enough fuel in to last the distance. So looking at that, he's probably only got another couple of laps worth of fuel left, maybe even one. We'll see. He's in 12th still. But it's at the front though. This is really closed up, and that's a result of that Merckx tyres that I was saying about it being a bit of a tyre muncher. Already that front left is almost fully worn. About a quarter of the tread left on that. And that's why both Victor and Fitzy are closing in. These three though are pulling away from the rest. Medium tyres, but you can see the difference in wear between Gower, or between that Merc and the two Porsches. They've still got about half of their front left that's workable. They all start feeling a little bit different. Just looks like Fitz is just going backwards a bit now. Victor looks like he's the one who's feeling the most comfortable on these tyres here on the lap 10. So we'll keep an eye on Victor. I wouldn't be surprised, at all surprised, if Gower decides to come in. I mean, they've all on the fuel light. I mean, they've all pretty much got 1 lap worth of fuel left. In fact, Gower's on the red now. Whether that's enough to do one more, I don't think he's going to bother. I think clearly he's losing pace. You can see that visibly. So I think he'll be in this lap. Get those worn mediums off. And then get that fuel back in the tank and away they go again. Victor, on the other hand, I think he might maybe stay out for one more. He's probably got enough fuel just for another lap. Does Gower stay to? Now he does come in as close to that line. We'll see if he picks up a penalty for that. It's very close. Didn't fully get over it, but certainly had a will on it. And not too sure if that counts. I think if you're on the line, it's okay. It's only if you go over it. We'll see. So Victor then is now new leader with Fitzy in second. Forgiven's in as well. So both Gower and Unforgiven are both in. These two will be in next time around. Certainly Victor will. He's on the red now. So Victor, our leader, will be in after this lap. Fitzy, on the other hand, he might have enough for one more. So we might see another change of lead at the front if Fitzy doesn't follow Victor in. Smith, pretty much the same in terms of tyre life. Fuel-wise, again, he's probably got enough to do one more lap there for Smith if he wanted it, if he fancied it. So clearly, medium tyres plus the fuel, you're looking at 11 or 12 laps. Isn't too bad. You do another stint of them. That's majority of the race done, and then you've just got the hards to run. But of course, some of these are already run though, so strategies all over the place. Brisbane now up to 4th place. He's going to be coming in. He's got no fuel whatsoever. Nath, we know, does really, really well at fuel saving. It's just these tyres that may be the issue here. He's certainly got enough fuel for 2 laps at least. You know that he tends to do this. He will fuel save, will take the lead, whilst everybody else is in pit lane. He'll run it right to the end on his fuel. It's just what those tyres are feeling like at the moment. Yeah, Victor's in from the lead, so that does push Fitzy. He's staying out for another lap. Brisbane's in, so he's going in. That's going to put Nathan to 4th. Smith to 2nd. So Smith has stayed out, but he'll be in at the end of this one. Same as Fitzy, but there is our leader. Now, hang on, who's that in front? Oh, it's Enzo. So Enzo is actually going to be lapped here by Fitzy. So Enzo some way behind here. Now what's happened to Enzo? Oh, he's been in again. So he's been in now. He's already had 2 stops then. He's coming back out on another set of softs. So maybe he's just going for fastest laps here. But certainly what he is getting is the blue flags from the marshals, giving him the sign that our leader Fitzy is closing in, but I think he'd be okay. He's on those soft tyres, brand new ones as well. Fitzy's on very worn tyres and barely any fuel, so he's no point in challenging Enzo here, because he's going to be in anyway. When he comes round through pit lane, Enzo has got away on those soft tyres, but it's an unusual strategy from Enzo. We'll see. He is just going for the fastest laps, not worrying so much about position on track. Maybe he's already decided that he ain't going to get much out of this race, so maybe just go for the bonus points of the fastest laps. Fitzy's going to stay to the right hand side. There he goes, in between those yellow lines. So too Will Smith. Really difficult to get it turned here without touching the lines. I was interested to see, wasn't I, whether Gower got that penalty. Let's go to Gower. It might be too late. I might have missed it. He might have been alright, I don't know. But Smith's in then anyway. Ethan in 4th place. Nate's taken the lead, so like we expect, he will stay out, run his fuel right to the end. Ethan may well get second place, but where are the guys here? They're still sitting in their box, but they are taking on fuel now. I think Ethan will probably take them, if I'm honest. He's just coming round yet, so he should clear them quite easily by the time he gets out of turn 1. I think they're just coming out now, both Fitzy and Smith. So yeah, Ethan will grab second place off of them here on lap 13. So up to second he goes with Nath, our new leader. He will be in at the end of this one. So all the guys are all coming in now. It's all changing. Nath having a little spell at the front, little feel of what it's like out front here. Watkins, Glen, and with Ethan in second place, albeit that where is he? He's just coming down through the chute, whereas Nathan is just coming round towards the second to last corner. So got a few corners there as Nath, but it is another quite long waiting time in pit lane. So Ethan will take back the lead of this race, although he hasn't actually had the lead, has he? I don't think he got the lead. I think he momentarily did right at the front before Gower took him, so maybe he had a few corners at the front of this race right up to the start on lap 1, but Gower got him past him. Yeah, he couldn't live with him at that point. So Ethan, though, will take the lead. Nathan hasn't been in, so he really has got enough. He's doing another one. The trouble is, he's going to have to watch that fuel. The tyre's not going to be feeling great, so he's going to be losing time. He's just lost almost a second now. Sector 2. So he comes down towards the chute now. Let's see how much more time, if he's gained or lost. It's just under a second at the last split. It's just about to hit the next one just after right-hander here at the toe, just up the hill here. It's going to be about now. He's going to hit it. Yeah, 2 seconds now. So that's how much you're losing, from just under a second to 2 seconds. So over a second, just in one sector. That's how much time he's losing at the moment. But he's obviously short shifting with that fuel the way it is. So we'll be rolling it into pit lane to get on some new boots. Imagine he's going to go with another set of mediums. Some easy around there, yeah, hugging that inside curb, staying well away from that outside yellow line. So he's in. So now that we'll go back to Ethan and see. This could work in Nathan's favour, you know. He's going to be brand new tyres. Ethan's obviously going to take the lead, but he's been out on these mediums for some time now, and he won't have many more laps left in them. So he is going to take the lead now. He's going to grab that start of lap 15, but much more can he do on those tyres. And look who's crept up to second now. I haven't been watching or seeing much of him, but predictably, here he comes. So 1 and 2 are out. 1 and 2 in the championship. So Motorstorm is up to second. He's got his rival ahead of him. He's just going into the chicane now. Motorstorm with better tyres and better fuel in that Audi. So is Motorstorm going to play another blinder here? Or is Nath going to spoil the party? Or is it going to be someone else? Stay and find out. Don't go anywhere, because I will have the answer in about another 14 or 15 laps. We're about halfway through now. going to try and go all the way through if I can here. I've been doing two-parters for the last couple of rounds. I did say I was going to try and probably stick with it that way, but quite confident that you might be okay doing the full race this time. I don't know. I might do a two-part still. It's Motorstorm now in second. Ethan still our leader in first. And where is he? He's just coming up towards the final corner now. Start lap 16, Motorstorm. He's just coming up to the final corner now. So that's your gap. He has certainly closed it as Motorstorm. If there's one thing the Motorstorm loves, that is getting himself into a battle at the front. And when he can see the leader in front of him, even more of a desire to get that job done. So Motorstorm Hero then is right up now, chasing down Ethan with Panic in third. So Panic kind of been loitering about at the back most of this race, has now got himself up into third place. Those medium tyres with Frowny in fourth. So these guys have just been doing their stuff. And no attention on them. Two Porsches sitting pretty there in third and fourth. Frowny though looking a lot quicker through the chute there. He's going to have a go at Panic at some point, maybe down here at the toe, but probably the best, if you can get close enough, is up out of here. Up at the hill might be the better opportunity rather than through the toe there. Maybe up here at the hill, although it doesn't look close enough, does he, for that move? So only other opportunity, or next opportunity really, is at turn one. Oh, now I don't want to be running out there too wide either. I think he'd be okay. Again, I think you're okay if you've got the majority of your car still on the curbing. As long as you don't get all of it over there, you'll be fine. So just going to stick with this for the moment and just see if Frowny does make a move at turn one. So come out of the final corner now. Let's see what sort of run Frowny gets. It's a pretty good run, but so did Panic. He got a good run too. They've both got decent runs out there. I don't think the move's on. I think Frowny was just hoping that Panic didn't get a better exit than him out that final corner, but to be fair, both pretty decent now. So now Frowny, next opportunity, definitely up here at the chicane, and he's got a better run. He's much better through the S's there. Panic with half a second as well. Must have been for running on the curbing, over the curbing at turn one. Still can't get it done, Frowny. Panic really late on the brakes through there. Frowny's going to just still sit behind Panic, so frustrating a little bit now for Frowny. And then Gower behind them in fifth, and Gower, remember, was spent a lot of time at the front of this race with a big gap at the start. He's on his hard tyre stint now, sitting there in fifth place. So Ethan still our leader with Motorstorm in second still. Panic third, Frowny fourth, and then fifth there for Gower. Frowny has just taken Panic, but that's because he just took off that penalty. So Frowny does eventually get that third place that he was looking for. There's Motorstorm in the distance at the top of the hill. And Victor and Fitzy, so the two Porsches are still together. Victor's still ahead of Fitzy. And 6th and 7th place. So certainly the battle of the Porsches here. Now our leader's in, Ethan. So that is going to push Motorstorm to the lead of this race. So Panic's in as well. So yet another new leader of this race. So we've had a few leaders here, haven't we, round tonight. It's Unforgiven in 6th place. Everybody's well and truly warmed up, the cars and the drivers. 18 laps in to 29. So they certainly know how to control their cars and how they feel here in the heat. Smith in 7th place, Brisbane in 8th. Brisbane with his indicator going. I think I was expecting a little bit more from Brisbane, to be fair, from that Viper anyway, around here. Not just because it's in America and it's an American car, but just, I don't know, I just thought it would go quite well around here, but not going as well as I thought anyway. Still a long way to go, you know, things can change. Still got people still got a stop to take, so certainly not writing him off, but it'll be interesting to see if he does manage to get himself on the podium come the end of this race. So Ethan in 9th after his stop, so he is coming out for a second time on the medium tyres. Now, whether that'll be enough, he's filled it right up, so I think he's thinking he can run it right to the end now without no more stops. Too sure how many laps you get out of a full tank of fuel. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me that on the screen, so I wouldn't actually know, but I think he's looking to go right to the end anyway. So Frowny and now Motorstorm are both in. We've got Gower back to the front of this race. 8th in 10th. The medium tyres, Panic has been in, come out on those mediums as well, and Enzo still at the back on the soft tyres, but still holding that fastest lap of 1:44.9, which he hasn't improved on yet. But another second penalty, so I don't actually think he's too fussed about where he finishes now. I think he's just going as hard as he possibly can, which is why he's probably picking up penalties. He's just trying to get quick laps because he's on the soft tyres still, and I think he's just going softs all the time here, just trying to beat that fastest lap. I think that just looks like what his plan is, because he's nowhere near anyone. He's if anything, he's going to be lapped, so I think that's his plan at the moment. This is the team or the gang that's going to lap him if they do catch him. Gower, Fitzy, Victor, Unforgiven, all up in the top 4. Coming round now to the end of lap 19 to start lap 20, which is where I will probably stop this part as we see Gower dive in. I thought Fitzy was going in then. I thought he was definitely going to get a penalty there, but no, he's staying out. They're all staying out apart from Gower. So it is Fitzy who's taking the lead of the race here on lap 20.